Peace and love, everyone. Sending you all positive energy, high vibrations. Make sure you all can see me, adjust my camera a little bit. Positive energy, high vibrations, success on your entrepreneurship. All love, all positivity. Today I'm going to be speaking about shadow work. And why is it so important for us to do shadow work? Make sure you subscribe to my channel, you hit the like button, and you leave me any comments or questions in my description below. Okay. I apologize for my lighting going in and out. They be playing with my lighting, but I'm going to continue. Now, when I think of shadow work, I think of alchemy. Okay. The soul have to rot out and decompose in order to elevate. So we have to embrace our darkness just as well as our light. Okay. And it's in the core of creation. And you might hear me say this all the time. In order to create something beautiful, we create, okay, with complete opposites in the art of creation. Okay. Light, dark. Sun, moon. Okay. So we just have to be able to tap in and do some self-discernment, self-awareness, practice forgiveness, letting go of grudges. Okay. Letting go of past hurt and resentment. Once we do all of that, we have some self-awareness and we really tap into getting deep down in that soul. Once we challenge it, okay, we face it, it helps us to elevate. 2:12 on the clock. So for an example, when I first awakened to spirituality, my first level of discernment was me getting in that dark doing shadow work. Okay. And it wasn't pretty, because what happens usually when we don't do shadow work is it's this dark shadow, which is us, that hunts us. And it's like, is you hunting you? That's why I always say my biggest competition is me as I look into the mirror. It's no one else. It's myself. Because I am I'm in control of what I bring into my reality. I'm in control of what I release, let go, hold on to. Everything that I do within me is going to have an effect on what goes on in my life. Okay. So when I first did it, I was full of anger. I was holding grudges. I was comfortable. Okay. And in order to evolve, we must get uncomfortable. Okay. So you ever heard the saying, sometimes things has to be torn down in order to rebuild something beautiful and new? For an example, the Great Flood. Okay. Not so good things happened. Things got tore up, blew up. People went to the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? Bad things happen. Just in order for good things to usher in. Okay. So for an example, we've been living in the age of Pisces, the darkness, for so long. And now we're in the light. We're in the, uniting, humanity coming together, us having a higher level of consciousness, so we're always going to have my right eye blinking and mean intelligence, a higher intelligence. I'm shaking. Hold on, ancestors, y'all channeling. What's going on? So then I have on my leopard. The leopard is symbolic to the high priest. But So we're going to have polarity manifest into our reality. We're going to have that good and bad. We're going to have things that's going to have to be tore up just to be rebuilt over again. So that's basically what we got to do when we get into the darkness of the soul. Okay? We have to be able to start at that root chakra, and deal with things that we was not so happy with. We had to accept it and say, well, I was neglected as a child. I felt like my mom should have gave me more attention, and it's also called inner childhood work, and from her not giving me enough attention, it followed me into my adulthood. And now, I'm like that with my different friends I meet or significant others. I don't give them as much attention just because I lacked that, attention while I was young. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens. We have those bad experiences and it follow us into our adulthood. So what we have to do is we have to go back to our childhood self. That's also a part of shadow work, and say, hey, my mom, she wasn't always there for me. Like, just an example, how I wanted her to be, and I felt neglected, but I'm one with it. Okay, I accept that, and I'm no longer using that experience to control my life. I am not neglecting the individuals that I love. No longer. Okay? Just because how I was treated. Okay? That's an example of how shadow work works. Also, we could have been hurt by a significant other. And usually when individuals get hurt, they close their heart up. So for an example, I had a friend, and he was like, well, I'm never going to give my all to no one else again. 727. I'm just going to be a player. And why he felt that way, it was because he had his heart broke. You know what I'm saying? So everyone goes through that situation where we have had our heart broke. And what we have to do is we have to heal our heart from being broken. If not, we're going to bleed on every individual that comes in our life. Okay? So we had to open up. That's the heart space of love. Okay? That's the highest vibration to admit to. So when we close that heart chakra up, everything is shut down. You know what I'm saying? And we still stuck at that bottom. So that's why sometimes people be wondering, like, I can't evolve, I can't ascend. And it's because you have this really black, dark shadow that you haven't faced. And who is this dark shadow? It's you. It's you. So you have to come into terms where I have to get down. I have to get a black candle and turn the lights off and get in the dark and say, I'm through. I'm done with it. I'm ready to release this. And you just let it out. Okay? I wasn't treated right as a child. You know what I'm saying? Some people has been mistreated, neglected, abused, and you just release it. Okay? And it all come out, and you can be crying and just, full of just sadness and emotion. But once you get done releasing, oh my God, it's just going to be like the ba. Okay? Your soul is going to fly out. That God that dwells within you is going to rise, and you're going to be reborn again. Okay? And that's what happened with me. And I always tell individuals, I say, listen, they used to tell me that you only died once. But I said, from my initiations and the pain, I'm really familiar with pain that I received. I said, I died like 2 or 3 times. I was telling people, I said, I died and I came back to life. And I was more elevated. I had a body of knowledge, And I was just like stress-free, relief-free, and just one within myself once I did it, because it was like, if you don't do it, it's like you're not going to be one within yourself. You're not going to be tapped into your self-love. You're not going to have all the high vibrating energies that you want to have, and it's because you're not taking some self-awareness, self-discipline, self-focus, and be like, I'm done with this. I'm ready to face my fears. I'm ready to face this dark spot that's just this lingering on continuously, that is on my back, because it just feel like it's just something there. And it's like, when you hold anger and resentment and pain, it's just like, it's so painful. It's just like, and it makes you bitter and sad and just sometimes angry with others when you hold all this in, because you haven't released it. Okay, so 111, you want to release it in order to feel good, to feel that love, to feel that peace, to feel that calmness, to feel the joy that you have within you. Okay, and you're not going to be the same person that you was before after this. Okay, once you do shadow work, you're going to feel so much better. Okay, and it's like, you're going to be new. You're going to be like, my heart is open again. Like I had said, I had a person that experienced a heartbreak, and they like, it's over. I'm shutting down, shutting the heart chakra off. We can't do that, because that's the highest vibration to admit to. You know, we shut the heart chakra down. It's like we closed up to universal love of oneness. You know, so it's always going to be an imbalance. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be able to have that heart chakra open, 12/12 on the clock. We want to be able to face our problems, okay, and look at our past as experiences and our future as inspiration. You know, and I always tell individuals, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to be the first one to tell you, go back, do some self-discernment if needed, okay, to help you elevate. I'm not going to say run, go forward and keep going, because I'd be lying, because I done had to go back a couple of times, like, okay, I have a problem with such and such, you know, let me go back and fix this. Okay, we have to be able to go back and fix it in order to elevate. Okay, anything that don't grow is dead, you know, and it just basically means that we're stuck, we're stagnant. And this is a huge universe full of learning experiences, full of love, full of growth and expansion. You know, we all have different journeys, but we're all here to learn and elevate and create something beautiful for ourselves and also for the world. You know, so we're not supposed to be stuck and stagnant, you know, forever. Okay. And yes, it's okay to be in solitude. Okay. Being in solitude helps us to be in a calm state of mind. Okay, excuse me, I'm fixing my camera, y'all, because they be playing with my light. It helps us to be at a calm state of mind, very peaceful, connecting with our five senses, to be able to connect with the cosmos, and also navigate throughout the universe with great guidance once we tap into our solitude and intuition. You know, so we want to be able to tap into that, but we want to make sure, you know, that we are having some self-awareness, doing some self-discernment, you know, focusing on discipline, opening up our heart to love, you know, letting go of the past hurt, okay, and letting go of the experiences of being broken as a child, okay. So once we are in that energy, it's like we're so much better, okay. So that is what shadow work consists of, and it also consists of starting from the root chakra. It has to do with the root chakra, okay. So we have the root, we have the sacral chakra, okay, we have the solar plex, we have the heart, we have the crown, Okay, we have the third eye. We want to be able to tap into those chakras in order to elevate. Okay, and once we do, it helps us to be on a high frequency. Okay, did I give you all of them? Let me see. We said root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plex chakra. Then we have the heart. After we had the heart, we had the throat too. We had the throat, then the third eye, then the crown. Okay, I always be familiar with that. I'm moving too fast. But we want to be able to tap into the chakras. You know, so I have the 7 main body chakras on here to help balance us out completely. You know, and that's a part of alignment. You know, in Kemet, they were big on being balanced and aligned. You know, and not only in Kemet, other traditions study the African spirituality base of discernment of balancing spiritually, physically, and mentally. Okay, mind, body, and spirit. You know, so all over the universe, traditions are studying these practices in spirituality to help evolve. Okay, so what I did, and it's a good example of what we can do, you know, once we starting off with shadow work. Okay, get a journal. Journaling is grand. Okay, it helps us to self-reflect, release stress and anxiety. It's a coping method. It's a memory log. You know, powerful affirmations. It's magic. So get that journal. You know, and that's a start off with shadow work and a black candle, you know, and write down everything in your childhood that you was uncomfortable with, everything that you don't like. Okay. And sometimes the people that have made us mad, broken our heart, did low vibrating things to us, they're not going to apologize. So sometimes we had to apologize. 7:17 on the clock. We had to apologize mentally, okay, in order to elevate. So we can apologize for them and have a one-on-one conversation with us and also them mentally in our mind and release, okay, how to do that, okay. You can say the person's name and you can say, you did this, whatever you did, and I accept that. And now I'm moving forward from that. And then whatever the person name, can say their name, and you can say, okay. You could talk like you're talking for them, and you could say, I'm sorry or whatnot, and I accept that, and release it off your being. Okay, release it off, and you can do it just like that. It's a mental release from the soul, because we have karmatic relationships. We have soul ties. And if we don't release them off, they'll be connected to us. That's just like when we are angry at someone and we don't release it, guess what? Them people be happy, been moved on with their life, and we still be holding on to the grudges and be like, I'm mad, but this happened 3 or 4 years ago, but I'm still mad and I still don't like them. That person is holding a part of your energy. Okay, so let it go. Release, relax, and practice forgiveness. Okay, and you'll feel so much better when you do. Okay, we're just not going to have individuals apologize to us. Okay, it's not always going to happen like that, and we're not going to be able to go back and actually change the experiences that happened while we were young. But what we can do is accept them and release them off our being in order to elevate. Okay, always be familiar with that. So that's all on shadow work. Make sure you all subscribe to my channel. You hit the like button and you leave me any comments or questions in my description below. Okay, I'm going to give you all some tips. I'm not even gone yet because it just came to me. Make sure when you're doing shadow work, okay, this is ways to do it. Get a journal, like I said. Write it down. Write everything that's been bothering you from your past. Okay. Get in the dark. Connect with the ancient ancestors, whoever you might call on, and ask them to assist you with releasing what's hurting you. Release what's bothering me. When we're doing shadow work, when we're doing rituals, what we're doing is we're putting our intentions into the universe, okay? So we can also have a black candle and we can just write down everything, okay? And then once we talk it out with ourselves and also the ancestors, we can take and burn it. Get a cast iron pot and burn it. Put it up into the universe and release it. You're going to feel so much better. Always make sure you get you a lavender, cinnamon, a dragon blood, some of my favorites, to actually release. Also get you some white salt and put it next. That's for protection. You know, and sometimes individuals be afraid, you know, because they don't know all that time I'm running from myself. And that's what it be. We be running from ourselves, running from our problems. And then we just look at it like I did when I was ready. It's time to sit down. It's time to come one within myself and accept these things that's been holding me back and challenge them. Face them. Strong, be bold, be powerful, and face them. And you're going to feel so much better, okay? So you make sure that you get that journal, you get that pen, you get that black candle, you get some white salt for protection, and you speak it out into the universe. You call on whoever you might worship to assist you with the shadow work, okay? And also you can get a case of colored pencils and also write down each chakra. Okay, once you write down each chakra, write down what you think that you need to work with each chakra. Okay, and it'll help you to align and connect. Also, you can do childhood meditation. 22222. 4 twos is on the clock. Childhood meditation. It helps you to be one within yourself. It helps you to tap into your inner child, you know, and apologize. We have to go back and tap into that inner child. It's going to help us tap into our creativity, help us to relieve pain, and help us to go back to fix what needs to be fixed in order to evolve. Everything is about soul evolution, spiritual growth, spiritual advancement. I love you all. I'm sending you all positive energy, high vibration, success on your entrepreneurship. I love you, and I'm sorry about my light. They be playing with my lighting, but y'all know it's all love. I love you, and I'll be back with more. Leave me any comments or questions in my description below. Okay? I love you. I'll be back. Peace and love.